LUMIX just recently announced the LUMIX S1 Mark II, which is a powerhouse of video hybrid camera. But which camera is going to be right for you? The LUMIX S1R Mark II or the LUMIX S1 II? And back in Austin, Texas for the LUMIX Austin Summit event, I asked a bunch of the creators there to share their thoughts about this on which camera is going to be best for them and which one they personally recommend. And it depends really at the end of the day on your use case scenario. And a quick thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video.
For me, it's actually easy. I'm gonna say S1R Mark II. The sensor, even though it's higher resolution, that doesn't really matter as much to me. It's like a little bit of extra sauce that sensor has with color specifically. It just looks absolutely beautiful. Whenever I'm looking at the footage on my computer, I'm like, it's a mirrorless camera. It looks this good. S1 II is awesome as well, but the R2 for me just has that little extra spice.
Depends on the use case. So I think for what I do, which is more commercial photography in studio, I would probably go the R. But if you're looking to do more video, then S1 Mark II makes more sense.
So for video shooters, which I'm primarily a video shooter, I would do S1 II for video for sure. I mean, you can't go wrong with either one, right? Like they're both fantastic cameras. Video wise, I would probably go with the S1 II. If you are more of a hybrid shooter, photo video, probably the S1R2.
So the S1R Mark II is probably my current favorite mirrorless camera. So if you are a content creator who does both photo and video, I think the S1R2 is a better option. I find it to be a perfect 50-50 hybrid, save for if you're doing things like filming high action sports or skateboarders, because the sensor is a little bit slower. This is gonna be a slightly faster sensor. So if you are mostly video and you want a similar vibe to the S1R2, but you're okay with losing just a slight bit of color fidelity for the sake of speed, I think this is a better option.
If you're a video shooter, I would recommend this. If you're a photographer, the S1R Mark II with that sensor is just crazy for photos. So they're both great and they both have some crossover, but the S1 Mark II would be my choice for what I do, 100% for video.
I think the S1 II would be great if you are a videographer and you want to up your game and up the level of quality on your shots. The S1R2 I would recommend to more photo-centric people, just because it does have more photo capabilities. But the S1 Mark II has more video-centric capabilities.
You know, I think for myself, I like having extra megapixels if I'm gonna shoot stuff like street or landscape, just the ability to crop or go big. So I would probably still go S1R2. I don't find I need speed very often. Certainly the S1 II would make a lot of sense for somebody who wants to do more video work. It's just a better sensor for video, but also maybe like what we're doing here, skate park stuff, a little bit more action, a little bit more fast action, no rolling shutter, or at least less than you would normally get out of the S1R2. My only issue though, still Panasonic's, as great as they are for video, as smooth as the autofocus can be for photography, it's still not optimized for fast action photography. So there's things I want to see change in the implementation, the way they set up the focus, and just, yeah, make it a little bit more usable, a little more reliable when it comes to sports and action autofocus.
The S1 II has been great. It reminds me of just everything I'm looking for in a video camera, so we'll see, man. But I will say, like, I would probably go for the S1R2 just for the megapixels for photos. But for video, the S1 II has been great.
If you're more inclined for photography and not super fast motion photography, I think the S1R. Actually, not fast motion video either. If you need a little bit more speed, I think the S1 II makes more sense.
What camera would you recommend, the S1R Mark II or the S1 Mark II?
Ooh. That is a tough one.
Yeah, I agree with this. Deciding between two different cameras or camera brands in general can be pretty stressful, and who better to help than today's sponsor, BetterHelp. Okay, jokes aside, whether it's deciding between camera brands, different models, or what the video production world and landscape looks like in 2025, that's where a company like BetterHelp really comes to play. Now, as videographers and business owners at the end of the day, this can be a pretty stressful job, especially if you're thinking about the next video gig or it's the middle of the night and you're thinking about your work. BetterHelp is on a mission to make therapy as easy as possible. By simply filling out a questionnaire, you'll be matched with a therapist in as little of a couple of days that can help you talk through whatever's going on in your life, or help you pick out a camera. Plus, you can easily switch therapists at any time at no extra cost if it's just not the right fit. With over 7,000 reviews and 4.3 rating on Trustpilot, BetterHelp is a platform that you can trust. To get started, go to betterhelp.com/MatthewDangyou to get 10% off your first month, or you can click the link in the description. And again, thanks to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. All right, back to the creators.
If you care more about all features packed into one camera, S1 Mark II. If you care more about, in my opinion, probably like image quality, like you're really particular, S1R Mark II. S1 Mark II for features, S1R Mark II for image quality. Maybe I'm just like subconsciously, I'm like just biased towards the S1R Mark II now, but even though the S1 Mark II, it does look really good, but the S1R Mark II, man, that sensor is special.
S1 II definitely for people who are more into video, and the S1R2 for anyone that's after higher resolution, especially images.
I mean, for my people, my video people, I'm willing to take a little bit of a hit in resolution. You know, the S1R2 gives you the 8K recording, but I'll take the much faster readout, more dynamic range on the S1 II, and just not having to worry about the wibbly wobblies quite as much. So for video shooters, I think it's kind of a no-brainer. Get the S1 II, but if you want high resolution stills, you're investing in both bodies.
This was the S1 II, right? Yep. This one, definitely S1 II. You got better frame rates. You have basically everything in there on steroids, so get this one.
So as a photographer, it's going to be the S1R2 for sure.
I love megapixels, so I'd have to go for the S1R. I mean, they're both solid cameras. I think the S1R is a little more expensive, but I'm all about the detail.
For video, definitely this one, the S1 II. For photo, oh man, for photo, obviously high resolution S1R2. Definitely the big thing is no overheating with this as well, so that is a big plus when it comes to video. S1R2 does tend to overheat, so yeah.
Sick. And just for reference, I have to stand on this giant thing. Otherwise, it's this.
Yeah. I'd say if you're doing any photo and video, I would do S1R Mark II. If you film high frame rates, S1 Mark II, yeah, that's where I would say. If you're doing any photo plus doing filming, S1R Mark II, and then, yeah, if you want, like, if you like stuff like CinemaScope, if you like high frame rates, if you want high frame rates, then the S1 II.
Personally, so I shoot a lot of fashion work. I also do a lot of video stuff. For me, the S1R2 still does both just fine. If I need fast stills, the S1R2 still does what I need. You know, I'm not shooting cheetahs going to my mom's basement, but I shoot a lot of cowboy stuff, and the S1R2 has done just fine on the burst modes. So S1R Mark II for me, but now that I do have this is gonna be my designated video camera. S1R2 is gonna be my designated stills camera. And if I need to do stills, S1R Mark II all day.
So those are the creators' thoughts on these two different cameras. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts down below on which camera you think might be best for you. The LUMIX S1R Mark II, which is probably the photo hybrid camera, versus the LUMIX S1 Mark II, which is definitely more of a video hybrid camera. If you are interested in seeing a more detailed review between these two cameras, I have that video linked right there. YouTube recommends you might like this video right here. Until the next one, guys, peace.